What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be installing a new M3 bumper on my E36 M3. Now the current bumper I have on the car was cracked when I bought it and I knew it needed to be replaced, but I could never find a good used OEM option. And behind me I have a new aftermarket E36 M3 replica bumper. I was able to pick this up from Bayson R Motorsports. They are based out of San Jose, but they can ship anywhere. Now this bumper comes complete with the trim pieces and that front lip that you can see behind me. So let's go more in depth over the bumper. Now as for the bumper, overall the quality is perfect. I really like the attention to detail and a lot of the OEM mounting points on the bumper, as well as the fact that it comes with all the trim pieces that are needed. One thing I did notice right away was the trim pieces are more of a smooth gloss black finish, and they're not texturized like the OEM ones. Now if you have access to OEM trim pieces, this could be an opportunity for you to decide which ones you want to keep and switch over, and if you like the smooth black ones, you could use those as well. The lip, however, that mounts underneath the bumper is pretty much identical to the OEM one, so I think I'm going to end up using the aftermarket one just because my stock one is pretty scraped up. And as far as the mounting points for the lower grille, it is different than the OEM bumper. The little dimples that come out of the mold are a little bit smaller and thinner than the factory one. This, I noticed, is going to create a little bit of a problem because the lower grille has larger holes, thus I'll have to come up with some sort of customized way of securing it to the bumper. Other than that, this kit did not come with any securing hardware because my understanding is they think that maybe you could reuse the OEM ones. However, because the car is 25 years old, in some cases, it's a good time for you to replace the hardware anyway. I will put a link in the description below where I got some new aftermarket hardware so I can mount the lip, because using the OEM stuff is just going to be a little bit better quality than just going to your local hardware. And as well, if you are interested in a bumper like this, I will put the link in the description down below for this bumper as well from Bayson R. And as you can see here, my factory bumper is pretty scuffed up on the bottom of the lip here, as well as it did crack up at the top. I tried to plastic weld it together and it ended up just making it look worse. Now I did have this bumper painted by a local body shop. This bumper does come primed, but it may need to be sanded and prepped a little bit better. With all that being said, let's go ahead and get started with removing the front bumper off the M3. Now to make this process a lot easier, we're going to lift the front of the car up, take the wheels off so we have better access underneath the car to get all the hardware done on the sides. So now that we have the car up in the air and the wheels off, now we can start to remove some of the trim pieces from the bumper. So we're going to remove all these black trim pieces, and I already removed the fog lights, which are pretty easy to take off. Taking all this stuff off before removing the bumper just makes it a lot easier and makes it not so heavy. And once you have all the trim off, now you can easily identify a lot of these pins, which is what holds on the bumper cover. Making sure that you have pry tools, which you can get at Harbor Freight pretty cheap, will help you take a lot of these off easily. Now, underneath your car, if you still have an undershield or some sort of splitter, you're going to want to disconnect that from the bumper as well. So once you have all of the hardware underneath and all these trim, or all these little pins off, then you can take the bumper cover off the car, and because I have a splitter, it makes this a little bit more difficult. And because track car, I've got a lot of rocks. So this is the hardware kit that I picked up from ECS Tuning. It comes with a few more of these little push pin style clips that help hold the bumper cover onto the crash bar, as well as the screws and these kind of white plastic things that help hold the lip to the bumper cover. So now what we're going to do is we're going to prep the new bumper cover by installing the new aftermarket lip, which requires us to drill some holes in the bumper and get everything lined up that way. So the way that this lip mounts to the bumper cover is these plastic clips that are provided from the hardware kit and these screws make a sandwich between the two. Now this clip has two different flat pieces to it, in which case we're going to need to drill larger holes in the front 7 spots of the lip so that these clips can go from the back side, and then we thread the screw in from the front. Now there is going to be a little flat piece that you want to make sure that you can get onto the outside of the bumper cover while the inner lip is on the inside. Now this kit didn't come with the 4 additional screws that are going on the outside of the lip in those 2 holes, so we're just going to use some generic kind of metal screws that will be able to get enough grip by biting down through the plastic cover. So we're going to start by drilling a couple small pilot holes throughout all these holes on the lip, and then on these front ones we're going to slowly step up to a larger bit until we can fit our plastic clip inside. We've got the front lip on. Like I said previously, that's going to be the best way to do it. And now moving on to this lower grille portion, it's pretty challenging to find different ways to actually mount this thing because the hardware wasn't provided to mount the lower grille. I had to kind of search the internet a little bit for some best recommendations. What I found to work, I tried zip ties around the little dimples that pop out, but these twist-on connectors, they're for electrical wiring to twist 2 wires together. The smaller ones work really well. You push it on with a lot of pressure and you can twist it and it kind of bites down on them. And over here on the corner, if you come in closer, you can see that here on the corner, it's not all the way on, but it's holding pretty good, and I could almost pick up the bumper like this. So by putting those all the way around, not only does it make this removable, but these things are going to be pretty secure and they're easy to find. And once installed, this is kind of what the twist-on connectors look like. They hold on the grill pretty well, and hopefully they last. So now I have the bumper fully prepped and ready to go on with the lip, the lower grill, and the fog covers. So now we can mount the bumper up to the body and put it in with the clips. And after that, this bumper doesn't have the have any holes drilled for the splitter that I have, so I'm gonna have to do that once I get the bumper on and in place.
Go.
Right, so now after a little modification, drilling some new holes in the bumper, I have the splitter mounted and it is super secure on there. Now we can finish it up by reinstalling our trim pieces. I'm going to be reusing the original BMW ones because I like the texturized look, and plus it matches with the rest of the trim on the car. So after throwing these things on, we'll lower the car down and we'll give it one final walk around. So here we have the full bumper installed. All is done. Some of the things I noticed with the aftermarket bumper is, like I said earlier, you will have to get some extra hardware that does not come with the kit. Other than that, the fitment of it is pretty much identical to the OEM bumper. The only problem I had is because my crash beams, I believe, is bent already, so you can tell that the bumper's not perfectly aligned, but my original bumper was already like that. So that's nothing to do with this aftermarket one. If you are looking to replace your OEM bumper, if it's damaged, or if you just want an M3 bumper, I would highly recommend this Bayson R one. It's great product, great price, and it gives you the option to still use some of the original parts as well. But that is going to be pretty much it for today's video. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all on the next one.